Okay, so I think we kind of fixed the problem from yesterday. We definitely created a few new problems, but the problem yesterday of the sections not feeling long enough despite being the correct time length, I think we've been fixed. I've made a new bass progression, and I think it will do the job. So I also color-coded everything. I kind of took some time to organize the track. We're already at 60 channels, and I figured it'd probably be good to organize this a little bit. Here, I'll just kind of play it through from in the drop here, or in the build. I'll let you guys hear it. And you can feel that this drop prime section now kind of feels necessary. It feels like we get to the end of this and my brain's like, okay, I've heard all of this. I'm ready to hear something new, and this feels great now. Where previously it felt like, wow, okay, we're already having a new idea. Why do we have a new idea already? The main thing I did was just with our bass progressions here, we changed up the length of everything, and we basically just have one pattern that repeats every 4 bars. So we get 4 repeats within a section, the only change being the very end. So this is one idea. And then we do that idea again. And the only thing that's different is these last notes. That's the whole thing. We have them kind of starting on the offbeat here. If I play this alongside our percussion, you can hear it. It comes on like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. It kind of feels good. I like that. And we have that mirrored in all of our basses. All our basses are doing the exact same MIDI here. I changed a few things about the basses here with this first growler note. I added a little white noise sweep that you kind of hear there. There's that. That was the only thing I changed in here. The other kind of big thing I changed was in Shaperbox, putting a filter shape that is the same length as the loop here. So see, it lasts, and then we repeat. So that whole thing is 4 bars long here. And it helps really emphasize some of the instruments have some kind of like note hangover, especially the 808 bass. So having this filter cut everything out for that beginning bar really kind of helps create that full stop there, and then have it kind of sweep up with the growler, and then just a little bit of shape here to kind of help it with just sounding different. And over here kind of helping also with that. I left the end different just because that last repeat where it goes bum, 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 bum. If I were to kind of draw this pattern in, either way, if I were to draw it in the same shape of the notes for the first 3 repeats, or if I was to draw it as the shape of the notes for the last repeat, it would feel the same on all the repeats. So I just kind of leave the bar up here and just let the notes do the shaping at that point. We also added a few other like little shape things, sounds. The beginning here, kind of without everything, if I take out the stuff that I added today, I think it was the beginning here was still kind of boring. And from that point on, I think it's fine, but that pad is carrying so much weight, and it's just a little boring by itself. So I added some little like white noise sweeps here just to help distract and kind of create some more space. I think we could still add some like one more thing in there, some sort of like doo-doo-doo, wow, or like a sound effect or something. This noise effect was kind of fun. I had it do the same thing that I'm doing with the Shining Fuzz up here, and had it do the panning around just in the exact same kind of panned echo bus chain there. So I think that made a little bit of a difference, and yeah, I think that was it. Now, I said at the beginning that I solved some problems, but I created some problems. I think previously the drop had this kind of expansive, like, whoa, we're in a big energy area, and it was achieving that energy. Now I'm kind of going for this more like tight up the middle sound. I actually turned off the reverbs that were on the growler here, like. It's a lot more tight in your face, where previously I had some reverb on it. I'm kind of going for more of that tone. I want you to feel the tension of the rhythm between the drums and the bass. I don't want you just to kind of like be listening to the soundscape. And right now it still feels a little bit more soundscapey than tense. And I don't think this bass progression is particularly interesting. It doesn't there's nothing about the bass that makes me go, ooh, I want to hear that again, which is really what you need for you to be able to hear it 4 times and be like, that's good, I liked it. And by the time this comes in, you're like, oh, that was a new, fresh idea, I'm excited. Honestly, I'm kind of bored by here right now. And then you got 2 whole more repeats of it. And then this Shining Fuzz coming in, this lead I think is interesting because it's over a chord progression that changes. It's like that idea is kind of cool, but to repeat that basically 3 times over the exact same chord progression as well, I think it's kind of boring. I could have the percussion do a variation here. I think that would help, but still that doesn't really solve our problems here. So making the bass more interesting, I think, is going to be the key. And it's kind of glued together. The 3 basses together, I think, do a good job of not feeling like 3 super different instruments, but it's still just not particularly punchy. So while we are now, I think, going more for the idea that I originally was trying to go for, I don't think we're doing that job well. So continuing to tinker with this and get this better, I would think will be a big thing. And I also think that making the percussion itself feel more impactful. Right now it just kind of feels still kind of housey, like it's just kind of holding down the tempo, where it's not something that your ears really latching onto. There's a way that in drum and bass, the bass accentuates by sitting in a pocket. There's a way in drum and bass where the bass will accentuate the pocket and make the percussion sound good, but there's also a way the percussion can really create a clear delineation of where that pocket is. So it's very a hand-in-hand sort of genre, and right now I think I'm just kind of achieving a fine sound where I want to achieve a great sound. Again, I don't know that I'm going to achieve anything on this track with where it's at that sounds exactly like I want it to, but I do want to finish this track and just be done with it. Maybe put it on SoundCloud, put it on YouTube here for you guys to listen to. But it's been a good experience so far. That's all we did today. Thanks so much for learning with me. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.